everyone, welcome to our podcast. I am Manya, and today with me I have Bhavna, the founder of Prabhav Trust, an organization which works on promoting mental health for everyone. Hi Bhavna,
Hello,
welcome to the
Manya.
show.
Hello, Manya. Thank you so much.
So, let's start with the podcast. So, first of all, I would like to know about your journey.
Okay, so just a disclaimer even though working in the field of mental health, I am not a psychologist. But back in 2020, when COVID struck and everybody, they were, inside their homes and there were whispers of mental health. Finally, some people started addressing ki mental health is something. That is when I thought that this is the time to bridge the gap. We started this online as a platform to provide very accessible and affordable therapy starting at only rupees 49 men. But after that, we got it registered. We have been working in the whole of Delhi NCR. In the past 1 year, we have impacted more than 35,000 young adults and kids, also catering to elderly and cancer care patients.
Okay, that's really inspiring. So, when you started, how many team members you had?
So it was just us two founders and a few supportive friends. But then we reached out to a few psychologists, and in the time of need, they did help us out. So I would say 10 people in total.
Nice, nice. So, at the time of COVID, what was the response that you were getting from the audience who were accessing this mental health service?
That's, I think, during COVID, what I really felt is the elderly. They reached out to our platform, they loved because they did not have to be dependent on someone to actually, take that amount of sort of money from someone. We got a lot of elderly patients and clients that time, and it was lovely helping them out because they're very grateful for such things. They're grateful that somebody out there is actually doing something that helps them in the longer run. But we did not get a lot of children or young adults per se.
Okay. So, what were the challenges they were facing, the elderly people you mentioned?
See, actually, this is all, psychologist, client, so it's not shared. It's not shared at all. So I am not sure of any particular case that happened. But given that most people were, talking about loneliness, even though were they confined in the home with their own family, but they still felt loneliness. They were scared of, death. I think during COVID, the second wave, everybody, every other call was about death. Every other call was about somebody just losing someone. So maybe that.
Okay. So, you still feel that loneliness still exists, like from the time of COVID till now in your working, when you meet new people, you ask them that this is our service and they're taking benefit of it. So, do you feel that loneliness is some problem that is still continuing?
I think absolutely. When I said that we cater mostly to young adults, I think this is one aspect that we are definitely working on because a lot of young adults, we are confined, we are, just so glued to our digital phones and laptops, and, we rarely actually go out and talk to people. It has become more difficult to reaching out to friends and sharing things. So loneliness still persists and it is becoming a more major problem. COVID may it was you were with your family, no matter what, you know that at least three people or two people are right there outside your room. But now I believe that a lot of people move here and there for work, college, higher studies, especially students living abroad. It becomes very difficult and loneliness does persist. That is why we do also have a online support group. We try that people get together, they get to meet, they get to talk in general, celebrate their wins. It's not always about who to share your sadness or issues, but sometimes also we need someone to share our wins with. Similarly, we do an offline thing. You are also invited for that event very soon. So it's the whole purpose is to get people together, get them to form a connection that they believe in. It's a safe space, sort of.
So you come from a non-psychology background. So how did you decide that I want to do this with the people? I have to work on mental health. Like how does thought strike up?
Okay, that is a very long story. Per se, mental health actually during my college, I think NGO had an impact on me. I was working with a different NGO,
Okay.
and given my life history, my father was very much into community service.
Okay.
So I think somewhere in my blood, but I did not know mental health.
Mm-hmm.
But during COVID, again, I was living with my whole family. There were a lot of medical conditions, especially my father, he was diagnosed with CKD, that is chronic kidney disease, for 10 years. So we were all scared that COVID should not even touch him. If it does, we'll lose him. So that scare moment, we were all too much into, mental health. All, the whole family. I live in a joint family, and 13 people are all scared and feeling the same things day after day. So that I think pushed me toward working for mental health. Someone out there must feel the same and they should get some help.
So, like, this is what I think is a major problem because I'm also working for mental health and we have a project Manovyatha that has already been run. So, when we are actually connecting with people, they join the group when they get to know that yes, there is a counseling session happening. But when we go deep, when we ask them that you have to share a problem that you want the counselor to focus on, or is there anything that you would like to share with your friends, be a part of a help group, they avoid that. So what could be the reason according to you, because you're working in the
See,
same
again, it's a very simple. I think everybody, it's not just you, I face it every day till yet. Every group, we will have to push people to talk, even if it's a one on one session. I have taken therapy myself, and I think it's very difficult to actually speak out what you're thinking. It's very difficult. But with a matter of time and the connection, the more kindness you show, the more you try to be respectful of their boundaries. Ki theek hai, I respect your boundaries, take your time, understand, and then they would want to share. They want to share. They want to scream it out. They want to speak it out louder, but they just scared of judgment. They're scared ki what will happen. So us being kind, us being very comfort and try to understand ki theek hai, we will respect your boundaries, and slowly you come to us, bring your issues. I think that might help.
So has it ever happened to you like आप भी work करो mental health के ऊपर, so many people come with the problems with their trauma and everything, and seeing them कुछ आपके ऊपर भी mentally कुछ burden हो जाए, like
Again, I do not take sessions, but yes, of course, this is one thing that happened during my other work. I was working someplace else, and it was an academic counselor, and then one girl, she came up to me and she shared her life story, and Manya, that was literally shook me from inside. Literally shook me from inside, and I could not sleep for 3 days. I had to share it with someone. Well, of course, identity is not disclosed, but without sharing that story with maybe not even one person, but 2, 3 people, my close friends, and I could not sleep because yes, people do come up with, but at the same time, you also feel ki your life is so simple. People have such bigger problems that the whole human race fails to understand. Second, it's a very, very small case. Somebody calls me up on the official number and they're like, I am gay. And I'm like, okay. So what's the issue? He's like, no, I'm gay. I'm like, that's not an issue. The person himself is not ready to accept that it is all right. So I, not being a psychologist, of course, I just helped him guide to a psychologist. If he needs any sort of help, I could not guide him in any way. But it was really shocking that, yes, it takes a lot of guts and courage to actually accept that on the first hand before sharing it with someone else.
So, mental trauma arises when you have a lot of societal pressures, family pressures, and a lot of like people are after you because you cannot express yourself fully. So, what can we do about it? Like, is there a trap that we are all a part of? Because, like, taking counseling or giving sessions would only help them to share their problems, but we cannot completely change the system.
So yes, somewhere just yesterday I read it कि psychologists के पास जो patients आते हैं, they are not victims. They are victims of victims, right? If I am going through something, I hurt somebody else, I am going through something very huge, I will not recognize that I am in need of help. But the other person who has a simple, easy life but just got hurt because of me might want to reach out for help because they are more sorted, they are more, easy going in life कि हाँ मुझे प्रॉब्लम समझ में आ रही है. So I think मतलब this is the whole process कि it is difficult.
So we have just gone so deep into it. So like a little lighter topic. So since you just came back from a counseling session, so what was the major like problem the people were facing? Like the students, were they indecisive? Were they not clear about their career choices? Or somebody shared a story with you?
So the two things. First, a little context to have a better understanding. The psychologist in the school reached out to us that she's not an expert of career and she wanted to get some help. And of course, we reached out कि ठीक है, we can help because we're doing it free of charge for government schools. She specifically mentioned that it's a girls' school. There's 95% Muslim population, but that's not an issue. The major issue was it's such, people are from such a background that the parents do not want these kids to actually study. They like कि formality के लिए पढ़ लो and that's it. ठीक है. So we went to do a vocational career counseling session wherein we're just talking about skills and उसके basis पे how can you at least be independent if you ever have to be. So yes, a lot of kids, they were not indecisive but had two options. Something sort of passion and something sort of ki haan career, because according to them their passion cannot be their career. It's just like if they want to sing, they're good singers but they think ki lawyer bhi ban jate साथ में, that sort of thing. And secondly, some girls had huge dreams but they're like mummy papa kabhi nahi manenge. They're like ki no, this cannot just happen. While yeah, there were a few girls who were also encouraged and pushed by their parents and siblings. But the major problem was ki how to convince your parents to actually let you study and pay for it.
So, since we're talking about career counseling and career aspects, so I would like to share a little story.
Sure.
So, it is like my mother always says that, in our times, our father never supported the girls and they never told that you have to study because you have to become this or that. There should be a goal, there should be a career. They were only focused on ठीक है आप पढ़ लो, schooling कर लो, and then do college if it is required, and उसके बाद शादी. And you have to settle. So this was the only thing. Now aajkal ki mothers, because they have gone through it, so they are encouraging their kids, their girls ki aap kuch karo. But the problem now is that the same point that what do I want to do, बिकॉज वहाँ से फिर फादर का भी थोड़ा प्रेशर आता है दैट ओके यू कैन नॉट गो इन टू दिस लाइन, यू कैन नॉट बिकम अ फैशन डिज़ाइनर, यू कैन नॉट बिकम अ मॉडल बिकॉज दिस लाइन इज़ नॉट गुड. इसे हम गंदी लाइन मानते हैं बिकॉज दीज पीपल टॉक लाइक दिस, दीज पीपल वेयर दीज क्लोथ्स, और हम लोग मिडिल क्लास फैमिली वी कैन नॉट डू दिस इन दैट. सो लाइक यहाँ पे एक इनडिसाइसिवनेस आ जाता है बच्चे में कि अब मैं क्या करूँ, अब तो ये ऑप्शन खत्म ही हो गया और मम्मी कह रही कुछ करो क्योंकि आई डोंट वांट टू रिपीट द स्टोरी जैसे मम्मी के साथ हुई. सो इस स्टेट में जो लोग फंसे हुए हैं, व्हाट शुड दे डू?
Okay, I have like a personal opinion. It's very personal. I would not want to imply it to everybody. I understand the situation can be different. But a lot of times I believe that if you are set to a dream, to a career, to a goal, कि मुझे मॉडल भी बनना है, तो convince your father or convince your parents or as a family that you will not get into the wrong things. If you in your heart has a very strong will, yeah, I want this career and I want to go down the very right lane. If you want to have parties and then again your father is anybody's father is right? But if you believe in yourself and if you really believe that you can get this the right ways, I think parents at some point of time वो खुद convince हो जाते हैं. This is my belief again. But if somebody is still stuck, I would tell them that your career is your life. It should be your decision. So work hard, make your parents proud. The same thing. I will not say any contradictory words based on this. Make your parents proud. Make them feel that you are truly in it for the right reasons.
So yesterday I was having a conversation with my friend. She told me that my father wants to make me CA. I cannot clear CA, and then he gives me an option to become an IAS officer, IPS officer. I cannot do that, of course. So she told me that I'm not that capable, honestly, to do these things. So what I want to do, I'm not able to figure out, because there is like a very कन्वेंशन जा रहा है कि IPS ही बनना है, IAS ही बनना है, बड़ी बड़ी गाड़ियों में घूमोगे एंड ऑल दैट. तो ये क्यों, लाइक व्हाई आर वी टोल्ड कि आपको यही चीज़ करनी है. सम पीपल आर टोल्ड कि आपको MBA ही करनी है. तो एक नॉर्म हम सेट करते जा रहे हैं. फर्स्ट इट वाज डॉक्टर, देन इट वाज इंजीनियर, देन इट वाज MBA. सो व्हाई दिस, व्हाई कांट वी like decide for a moment? And how does counseling help us decide? Does it help us decide, or it just tells us that this is the way to figure out?
So, okay, career counseling in what I basically do is I tell people these are the options. मेरे को ऐसा लगता है there is lack of awareness. A lot of parents, they do not at this 21st century में, इस era में, they do not understand कि what market is on the rise, what market is on the downfall, what market is on the rise for the next 10 years, कि क्या market चलेगा. Will they understand AI if you tell them? But if you sit with them and if you show statistics, data, and you show them कि next 10 years, the life is AI and I want to work, I want to earn money in this. So the lack of awareness has become a major problem. So that is where career counseling actually comes in. कि करो, ये हो जाएगा. मतलब personally यार, when I was in school, मुझे किसी ने कुछ नहीं बताया. Even though I did study in a very good school, in a boarding school, and still we had those career counseling sessions, honestly. But वहाँ people just came, they told you अच्छा ये 5-6 option है, कैसे करना है, क्या करना है, कौन से forms हैं, कब आते हैं, who knows all this. So I think it should stop being a formality and start involving parents and faculty for career counseling, not just students. I think parents do play a very important role, but faculty as well. Faculty जब क्लास में या पेरेंट्स के सामने they preach that okay, IIT और NEET के अलावा भी options है, the parents will listen to them better instead of their kids जो 5th क्लास में बोल रहा है कि नहीं मुझे तो डांसर बनना है, right? So the lack of awareness can be tackled by this कि held more sessions. It's again career counseling 1.5 घंटे तुमने 5 options ला दिए, no, tell them apart. कॉमर्स वालों को अलग बिठाओ, साइंस वालों को अलग बिठाओ, क्लास वाइज करो, या इफ यू वांट कि सबको साथ में बिठा के भी ऑप्शंस बताओ, बिकॉज देयर इज आल्सो एन ऑप्शन ऑफ चेंजिंग करियर्स. We have to take that out as well. Just today in my career counseling session, I told people that Amitabh Bachchan actually tried for Army and Air Force for a very long time. He failed. And then he became an actor. Just imagine him being an army officer. Nobody knows this story, but we are told this when we go for our Air Force interview. And it's just one of the names. I remember there were 11 actresses on that name list. So this is that it's okay to change, explore, but lack of awareness को हम अगर tackle कर देंगे तो शायद parents भी समझ जाएंगे कि fitness industry में कितना पैसा है and how easy it is to actually get money and have a not just a sustainable life but a good career.
So मुझे इससे अपनी स्टोरी याद आ गई. Like I went through a career counseling session जो हमारे स्कूल ने for free कर रखा था, and in that we had एक form which was very weird. उसमें like there were like 4 pages on a Google form. I was in 10th class, COVID hit, and I didn't knew कि क्या है. उसके अंदर अलग अलग shapes were there, and they wanted to fit a puzzle, and then they gave me a report the very next day, and then I showed it to my mother, and it said that journalism. And I was like, what? I am an introvert. I can never be a journalist. This is all a lie. Then my mother told, okay, let's hear them out what they have to say. So they were telling me on my face that you will go into journalism, and I was like, no, I don't even have friends. How can I even go into journalism? That's a total lie. And my mom was like, yes, she is right. She don't have the guts to speak up to anyone. How can she go into journalism? And she was like, okay, you will see, but okay, it's up to you. I leave it to you, but I'm saying that she will go into journalism. Now when I reflect, then I see myself that okay, I have an interest into doing podcasts, maybe.
Here you are. That's what I wanted to say. Like, well, here you are. So
Like that process was not completely broke down, as you said that the faculty wasn't involved, the parents didn't know what is happening. All of a sudden a form was given to us, okay, through this you decide what you want to choose, arts, commerce, science. And then I took arts even when I had the option of science, because I thought it was easy.
yeah, it's not. I respect art student. Cramming history and polity is difficult. Definitely very difficult. Not easy at all.
So, like in our vocational college as well, we have so many students who are studying tourism and human resource management, but they don't know what career they are going to pursue out of it. And they believe that, okay, our subject don't have classes, we are not told what is the career prospect. Maybe we are not even getting internships other than HR that everyone is getting. So, what is the use of studying this subject? Let us study some good subject like BCom, and then again the conventional line, they're going into that and they're studying that in SOL. So like why is this happening
again.
even in the government?
वही है ना. We, the whole, I think Indian almost in universities, they want to break the conventional norms. कहीं पर political pressure है, कहीं पर कुछ pressure है. But in the form of formality, we have just created those courses. Or even if we, as you mentioned, if we have a course in journalism, just take, do we get the best of journalists to actually even, give a guest talk or take some sessions or something? See, that's a problem. But if we want a kid to be a teacher, ठीक है, चलो, better. If we want a kid to be a doctor, we're asking them ना कि आप 6 महीने hospital में काम करके आओ. You do an internship. The first few months, maybe you'll not give any work, you just observe, the later, step by step. Journalist को तुम सीधा नहीं बोल सकते हो कि go and, do something on the ground. They will need some sort of contact, the kids are supposed to do everything on their own. So we will have to stop introducing subjects based on formality, but actually start introducing them, and the implementation part is more important. कि हर एक कोर्स के लिए relevant teachers हो, relevant sessions लिया जाए, proper guidance दिया जाए. Yeah, even a career counselor cannot give you 100% guidance. They would, maybe help you with some sort of test, as you mentioned. They'll help you with some process, but a career counselor cannot know thousands of job opportunities के सब details, right? Even if they cram it up, they cannot remember and deliver to you in the best possible way. तो वो हर एक expert ही कर सकता है on the relevant subject.
Like in change of career, I had a teacher in psychology, because I'm also a psychology student. I studied psychology for 2 years in my 11th and 12th because I was very interested. And because I was very interested, I scored good marks, but then all of a sudden it came to me, let's do English honors for no reason.
Okay.
So my teacher, she wanted to change her line of career and she wanted to work for corporate. And I said, but as a psychologist, she said, no, I don't want to work as a psychologist. I want to pursue another line. And when I asked her that, ma'am, you are doing that, why such a big shift of career? She said, money. So, like, is it like you have a reason when you're working for a cause that makes you who you are, or is it just money? Like, what is your experience when it comes to psychologists, people doing psychology?
It's, I would say, see, I feel a lot of young students have taken psychology thinking it is the trend. I have personally experienced that masters से निकले नहीं हैं and these kids want to give therapy sessions, they want to start earning a lot and they think that जो भी trending है, like for once if somatic exercises are trending they would just start selling it. ये कर लो, better understanding. See, if you want to be a psychologist, money should be the factor. I am not saying we cannot just neglect it, but the another factor should be that you're helping. With most people that I've met, I think some experienced one, at least they have worked in 2 years, they are in it for both. 50-50, it sounds fair. But a young, I think the now kids who are in the college, they are in it for ki trending hai, it sounds cool, and घर बैठ के session ही तो लेने हैं. It is not the case, right? I have seen bachelor student in psychology giving out webinars on psychology related topics. For what? You have no knowledge. Okay, even if you have knowledge, you're not supposed to be doing that. You help out with notes and all that. You're trying to make a career. I am very supportive. Okay, done. I will help you in any way I can. But you doing this becomes unethical and I cannot support that.
So, like, there is a trend, I don't know if you know about it, like Instagram mein there are so many reels in which they tell you that okay, how to make them obsess over you, how to do something with your eyes, and I don't know what
manifestation and charm tricks and all that. Okay,
like they are mixing psychology with something else that might not be scientific based like study. So what do you have to say about it? Like, are these psychologists or just real trendsetters?
Again, these are just trendsetters. These are definitely not psychologists because you see a lot of, even memes and posts, psychology, according to psychology. These people have done no research in psychology at all, because if someone has, they will not be throwing out words abruptly. But I think, see, Instagram again is a tool where people want fame easily. Everybody wants to get followers and the sort of validation that they're missing in life. So they look towards the digital platform, and Instagram is the very, very right platform for it. People do. But on the other hand, who are the consumers? We? In general, everybody, not just you and me, but we Indians, we, the group, are the consumers. We also like all that things, and a lot of people maybe are going through the phase of anything that is relatable. They would consume it and absorb it and take it as a fact कि हाँ यही सही है, because it is relatable to them in that particular moment. But yeah, they are definitely not psychologists or even they have no idea of the field of psychology. In my case, I believe so.
Like, there are videos which talks about love psychology, that how to make him obsess over you and how to make him stalk you on your ID, again on the ID. So, like, Instagram is also playing a role, the trendsetters are also playing a role, but apart from that, like, we talk about relationships all the time. I'm not saying that it should be romantic relationships only. We talk about relationships when it is with parents, when it is with friends, भाई बहनों के साथ. So आपको क्या लगता है that relationship में जो problems होती हैं वो किस वजह से होती हैं? क्यों बच्चों की उनके पेरेंट्स से नहीं बनती? क्यों वाइफ की हस्बैंड से नहीं बनती? Why there are so many like people who don't want to come home? Like, there are many of my college friends who don't want to go home. They are like that, I want to stay here. यहाँ आज़ादी है, वहाँ जाऊँगा या जाऊँगी, इंडिपेंडेंस छिन जाएगी. First of all, when I enter the door, they be smelling me. Okay, he is not drunk. So, like, ये क्यों है? क्या
I
है
think
वजह?
you must have also seen a lot of posts and Instagram reels about generational trauma. I think हमारे पेरेंट्स के साथ उनके पेरेंट्स ने जैसे बिहेव किया, they absorbed it. वो इवॉल्व होने की जगह दे आर सॉर्ट ऑफ डूइंग द सेम थिंग्स with their kids. But also on the other hand, the generation, our generation or the coming generation have also evolved a lot, right? I understand if there is a case उनके आमने सामने our parents or the younger generation के parents, they would believe कि हमारे बच्चे भी यही कर रहे हैं. And the lack of privacy in all Indian families, I think it's all across India. तो वो जो privacy, I think that is a very, very major reason for families, for us people fighting with our parents, for even between husband and wife. I'm not saying privacy means you get the opportunity to cheat or hide something, but privacy also means a person just wants their space for some time. We would not respect, especially I think in a love relationship, neither in a partner we want them to share each and every moment with us, each and every story, everything that has happened or is happening in their life. But sometimes it's not possible. Not all people are the same. So that is a major concern, in my experience. But again, a lot of things based on perspective. कि again, all human beings are different, तो उनके perspectives बहुत different होंगे कुछ चीज़ें. But अगर हम सबको थोड़ा थोड़ा space देने लग जाए, we start respecting and also creating boundaries for us and others, it might help to work on relationship challenges. And people do not want to talk. Secondly, they want attention. They want सामने वाला sorry बोल दे. There's a lot of ego and a lot of issues. If they actually sat down to talk, personally, I lived in a hostel since 5th standard. I've never stayed home लंबे समय के लिए. So whenever I used to go home, yeah, ठीक है, I used to talk to my parents, but I know that they love me, I love them. But the relationship, the bond that we're talking about was missing. But once I grew up, I become thoda sa mature. I started talking to them. I sat down with them. There was a time I would also say that they are very conventional. But today, I would say that very cool parents. Why? Because if you actually sit down, you have a real conversation, they might not agree to you on the very first day, but you try to understand them. Basic understanding, a mutual relationship you build dheere dheere. Everything has to be a process, and I would also count me, we want to rush into things. Every sort of thing. हमें पैसा जल्दी चाहिए, हमें घर जल्दी चाहिए, हमें फ्रीडम जल्दी चाहिए, हमें रिलेशनशिप में भी भागना है कि बस अगर either this person or this person is for life or just we run to the other person. So this rush, this whole hectic culture, hustle culture is becoming an issue for us.
So, is hustle culture only limited to work, or is it also there in friendships or relationships? Like in college, we all say that ये जितने भी friends हैं ना, ये 3 सालों के बाद याद भी नहीं रखेंगे. Like ऐसा बोलते हैं. I don't go into like इसके साथ क्या relationship है, but I feel कि ऐसा सब लोग एक general norm बोलते हैं कि नहीं ये तुम्हारा दोस्त like just ऐसे दिखाने के लिए है, वैसे नहीं है.
देखो, I believe I have been very lucky in friends, but so the other co-founder, she is my best friend since 9th standard. We lived together in hostel. उसके बाद अलग colleges, अलग masters. But then we again lived together in Dehradun and Delhi for a few months. So I believe that जो आप बोल रहे हो कि again relationship you will have to maintain. हो सकता है कि अभी if you have 10 friends in college, after 3 years or after 4-5 years, everybody gets busy. We do not know कि उनका financial situation, उनकी relationship status, उनकी family के status क्या होगा उस वक्त. Somebody might lose someone, somebody might just have someone. They might get busy. They might have a job in a different country. So even if not 10, I think the very close friends, no matter what, you stay the way you are. So that I hope some hope for the people.
Sure thing. I want to talk about this one. This is like very, very important for some people because it is according to what society has set the standards. So when it comes to parenting, हम देखते हैं that our mother is very caring, she's a nurturer, she understands everything. पापा शुरू से ही सबके थोड़े से ऐसे रहते हैं, रिजर्व काइंड के डिस्टेंस मेंटेन करते हैं. एंड ऐसा क्यों है? लाइक every guy that I know will become a dad one day. That's a norm. Like अभी जैसे हम उन्हें जानते हैं, they are very cool with everything. So are they going to become that cool dad or the conventional one that we have? Because my mom, she says that, you know, when I met your dad, he was good. He was like, he talks and he was jokes, he would laugh. I don't know what happened over the years. So ये क्या होता है? Like जब आप एक parent बनते हो, what are the things that you go through? एंड वॉट मेक्स यू फिट दीज कन्वेंशनल पर्सनैलिटीज जो हम यूजुअली देखते हैं कि मम्मी तो सबकी अच्छी होती है लेकिन पापा थोड़े से मनाने में डिफिकल्ट, अलाउ नहीं करेंगे किसी के साथ जाने से. तो
in my case it was quite the opposite. मतलब my father was, everybody just pushed me, भावना go talk to your father कि हमें ये ट्रिप पे जाना है. And I used to do that. Again, it's very different for everybody. I believe, मतलब everybody must have heard the story, you know, you see a drunk father, there are two sons, one takes up drinking and the other is like, I will not even touch a drop of alcohol. It's the same. It's our choice. Either we want to be the cool dad or they want to be the conventional dad. I see a lot of cute dads and girls, you know, on Instagram reels these days. It's very cute. It's very cute. And I love that. I love that the men out there are actually taking charge of their emotions. क्योंकि ऐसा नहीं है, they do not love their kids, right? It's just the form of expression that they're missing. The form of expression that they could, but nobody told them. Everybody, एक लड़के को in general, even in today's time, is like, don't cry, you're a girl. If you cry, don't do this, don't do that. Yeah, ठीक है, they're allowed late at night. If people have to complain, this is what they complain, right? But उसके अलावा a lot of pressure, a lot of norms that are put onto men as well as women. बस different है वो. अगर हम पे चीज़ें बोली जा रही हैं कि sit properly, talk softly, तो लड़कों को भी चीज़ें बोली जा रही हैं. The most important चीज़ is men don't feel. मर्द को दर्द नहीं होता है. क्यों नहीं होता है? क्यों? वो ह्यूमन बीइंग नहीं है, रोबोट है कोई. So they do feel. So if I also keep telling somebody every day, it will get into the system. I have literally felt that if you are sad and there's a plant in your room, the plant will die down. I've experienced that. So it's the same with living beings. Somebody being told every now and then, you're not supposed to cry, you're not supposed to feel, not supposed to. Men therapy नहीं लेते, men नहीं जा सकते, men are not psychologists, men do not understand, men do not feel. It's into their system. So either they have supportive fathers, so they will choose to be supportive, or they just want to break that generational trauma. कि नहीं, मेरे को तो इससे different बनना ही है. A lot of men actually choose also not to be a father because of all this, कि मुझे नहीं चाहिए. Again, so we will have to do better as a community कि हम standards better set करें, हमारे norms better हो, हमारे societal pressures. Like, I was very happy when Barbie did that. They have, you know, launched Barbies in all shapes and sizes, all different race and everything. So we could also do something. लड़कों को बोला जा रहा है तुम सिर्फ गाड़ियों से ही खेल सकते हो. You will have to pay. Even if we go on dates in general, I can still not answer the question who has to pay on the first date, but women expect कि लड़के pay करे, and it's fair. It's whatever they both mutually consent to, in my belief. But ठीक है. In general, they are also put into pressure कि you will have to pay for the family. So all this leads to a lot of trauma over the years, and it's stored, and it never gets out. That is the reason they become the dad, the conventional dad, maybe.
So since you mentioned Barbie, in my opinion, the movie was a like hinting a lot on feminism.
I'm so sorry, I've not seen the movie. I know the context, but I've not seen the movie.
Okay, so I'll just tell you that it was
Huh.
completely based on feminism. Like the Barbie, the main character who was there, I don't remember the name. Maybe it was Robbie something. I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
So she was the main actress, and she was talking about that I don't know who I am now because I am the conventional Barbie who was supposed to be British in complexion, dress like that, wear shoes, talk like that. I don't fit any arena. I don't know how to like be a judge, be a doctor, be anything because I was only told to be beautiful. And now when she entered the real world in that movie, she left her Barbie world, she entered the real world, and she recognized that how everybody is treating her like a bimbo. So she said that okay, I don't have any identity other than a bimbo, so why was made like that? I don't know who I am now. And then there was a woman who from the real world was kind of supporting her in
Yeah,
her
the
journey.
old woman, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like she was helping her recognize herself, but she was also dealing with trauma because she was like that. I never got the opportunity to express myself. I have a daughter who never talks to me. I have a husband who is learning languages for no reason, and I don't have anyone to talk to. And that's why I started imagining a Barbie who was completely confused and doesn't know what to do next. So it happens a lot with female, but females, they kind of like swallow it up, or they become a feminist women who come up with their issues, fight for it, and says that no, I'm not like that. And then people ask her that okay, you have some mental issues. So it is somewhere connected to psychology as well, because I've heard that okay, she's feminist, to pagal hai. And why she is mad? She's talking in such a way that okay, that you know, this happened with us, it has been over to the generations, हम कुछ कर नहीं पाते, हमें कुछ करने नहीं दिया जाता, why we are not allowed to stay late and all this thing. And एक बहुत ही गंदी डिबेट हो जाती है लड़कों की लड़कियों के साथ, लड़कियों की लड़कों के साथ, ये बहुत ज़्यादा चल रहा है आजकल. एंड एवरीवन इज ब्लेमिंग दीज फेमिनिस्ट गर्ल्स. And there are two kinds of feminist people I've heard about. One is pseudo feminist, who is just faking. They're saying, guys are saying that they're all faking it up, they're so pro feminist. And there are some people who are just saying okay, feminism is good for some reason. So from a psychological perspective, क्या बोलेंगे आप?
See, feminism क्यों लाए थे हम? It is because of equality, right? We wanted equality and we still faced जैसे कि reservation. It is very similar to reservation. We are doing reservation for scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, OBC. We have removed the creamy layer as well now. हम ये इसीलिए कर रहे हैं so that they also get opportunities, right? They come up. It is same with feminism. We started feminism so that we get equality. But still, a lot of women are fighting for their rights. A lot of women. I'm not just saying about India. Look at the condition in Israel. Look at the condition Israeli women. Syria. People just have lost. Afghanistan. Women were told कि वो चाहे तुम 6 साल के हो, चाहे तुम 9 साल के हो, you're not supposed to study anymore. You will be slaves. So they did not choose this life. Just because they were born in a country, they still have to fight for their rights. So that is considered feminism for me. Or from psychological point of view, anybody who's struggling in a male-dominated society, okay. But again, the other pseudo-feminism you were talking about, a lot of women have also started taking advantage. A lot of rape cases are just filed because they know that they can. Of course, with proper investigation and everything, a lot of cases are solved, but a lot of cases, men are also jailed and fined and, put into very unfairly. So again, it's like two sides of the same coin. With some better regulation, we can do better. But yeah, feminism do exist and will have to exist until and unless we are treated equally. And I do not see that happening in the next 10 years. I remembered seeing a very simple post is, imagine a CEO. Even us women, I'm not saying all of us, most of us women would imagine a man. And then somebody was doing this chat GPT conversation. They're like, give me a picture of a CEO. Like, why not give me a picture of a woman? Then the ChatGPT gives it a picture of a woman. Then like, why is she white? Why does she have straight hair? Then the ChatGPT makes it black woman and curly hair. Now why does it have to be only black? White ke alawa bhi there are options, right? It's not just about women. I'm just talking in general. The discrimination would exist because not everybody is together in this. There are a lot of women fighting कि हमें टाइम से हमें भी रात को बाहर जाना है and ठीक है, makes sense. I would not disagree. But क्या हमने कभी लड़कों को सिखाया है कि तुम्हें भी घर के अंदर रहना है? So I have a friend. I love their parents. There's a guy and a girl. The girl is my age. The guy is 1 year older. And the parents, they have made a rule. They live in Surat. कि 8 बजे के बाद after 8 p.m. both of you are not allowed, no matter whose friend birthday is it, no matter where you have to go, whatever. So that's equality. You would not require feminism talks in their house. So if we actually stand up for equality, we stand up for equal rights, and people do look through the same lens, I think feminism may not exist in the next 10 years. But yeah, pseudo-feminism again, people smoking cigarettes, women, and then again, it's your choice. But please do not quote it as feminism. That कि लड़के भी तो करते हैं, तो वो भी मरेंगे, तुम भी मरोगे. The same consequences. Even if men are doing something and you're doing the same wrong things, it will have the same consequences on your health, on your body, or on your life. Nothing will going to change just because you want to do the same thing. Also, like a lot of rape cases, a lot of people want us as an NGO to talk about good touch, bad touch. My only criteria is I will do it. I will give you the best psychologist, but it has to be girls and boys sitting in the same class all together, because that is the only way the boys will respect women. They will understand what consent is, what boundary is. If they are also taught equally, बस लड़कियों को teaching कि this is good touch, this is bad touch, how is going to help? Women are told at a very young age that ठीक है, अगर तुम्हें किसी घर वाले ने molest कर दिया तो it is okay. We will deal with it. You do not say another word. Family खराब हो जाएगी. Yeah, there'll be issue. Will be, it will become problematic. There'll be police case and all that. People are scared of it. Then what is POSCO Act for? So instead, if we also teach boys, हम अगर लड़कों को भी 8 बजे या 9 बजे के बाद घर में रखने लग जाए equally, if we also teach them equally about consent, boundaries. So there's a very small village in South Africa. वो लड़कों को लड़कियों के साथ ट्रेनिंग देते हैं and treat them all equally. Our armed forces, they treat it equally. They give them the same training, right? So unless you actually start treating them equally, give them the same sort of information, there'll be no change.
So when I was like looking over LinkedIn one day, there were many cases of work harassment with interns, with girls who are from colleges and interning in any organization, or just women in general, and they're openly posting about it with the text messages that this is what happened with me and I want you all to be aware. So there were some people in the crowd who said, okay, this happened with you, why do you want to make it a public issue? You could have simply blocked that person. You talked and continuously talked with that person, he gave you comments, and now you're sharing it on LinkedIn for your followers or for your reach. What's your purpose? So there's a lot of dwindling, like us as a person, when we're looking at any social media platform, there's a lot of psychological things happening, like okay, this is a case that came out, then we read the comment, it can also be that this is a public show. So वो दोनों thoughts conflict कर जाते हैं, फिर समझ नहीं आता कि क्या करना है. Like we as a person get confused because of social media.
Absolutely agreed.
So, what would you
see for this? Again, I am another human being. I will also have to learn. I have seen a lot of shows that tells me play the man, but I'm not saying play the man. I'm saying understand the human being. At some point, if we know them personally, we would understand if it is for awareness. See, awareness is important. If people do not stand up and start talking about it, like the case of where a person committed suicide because of the working hours, and nobody talks about all this, right? There's a lot of pressure on them. When people start talking about all those sexual harassment cases, I think in the longer run, there will be fear in the eyes of other people. कि हमें ये करने से पहले सोचना. Given the RGK का condition, अभी जो भी पूरा case हुआ, it took so many months to get solved, even though everybody knew at the very start. But a lot of proper investigation had to be done to confirm it so that there's no issue, there's no conflict at the end. If people stay quiet, how does it help the society? But again, your point is, how do we distinguish, right? कि कैसे करें? I do not think we can. We as a human being can only stay alert and be aware that such things may happen, can happen. Again, I'm talking as a human being, not just as a woman, because this also happens to a lot of men. We just have to be aware and be vocal about it to help each other. I'm not asking कि आप, again, I do not believe कि LinkedIn के ऐसे posts पे तुम comment कर रहे हो, you know, good or bad, positive or negative. ठीक है, if you want to show your support, that is something. But otherwise, other than that, what can you do? If somebody is questioning, will it affect the person? If the person has gone through it, yes. If the person has not gone through it, they're still getting the traction they want, right? Even if it is negative. So why start doing that? Just leave your support. If you actually take action on it, that's another thing. If you cannot do anything, then leave it then and there. Just extend your support, leave it. Because otherwise it's just jumping into another conversation कि ये तो नहीं हुआ, तुम तो झूठ बोल रहे हो. Because that is not something you can actually help with. I or me or you cannot actually sit and have an investigation on that. I have no way of actually finding out how truth is, until and unless I actually know the person. And LinkedIn mein to we of course follow a lot of connections, and for networking purposes we may not know the person very personal basis pe to actually be a good character judgment.
Like in my last podcast, I talked about movies, how they have an impact on mental health. So this time I have another movie in mind because I watched it just for the sake of getting a clearance that why this person is being shown as a stigma. This is American Psycho. Now in this movie there was a man who watched Chainsaw Massacre and he killed many people ruthlessly. Irrespective it's a female, it's a male, no matter what, he killed them ruthlessly, and he is shown in almost every platform, in every YouTube video when they are trying to show that okay, I'm a person who is a sigma. Like there is no like definition of the word sigma. It is just that when I make a very like ruthless or something like कि मैं cool दिख रहा हूँ वैसा वाला comment, so I become a sigma, and then they start putting images of that guy. So if you could give a little context to that ये movie में जो person है, like have you watched the movie? Okay, so I will tell you, like इस movie में जो person है, he is a person जो सबको मारता है, and he is working in America का जो trade center है वहाँ पे. So he is the CEO and he gets jealous very quickly, and जब वो jealous होता है, he is going to kill that person. So इस तरह का वो person है, and he is being shown like that in social media platforms. So like on a psychological level मुझे थोड़ी insight चाहिए थी कि लोगों ने इसको इससे क्यों connect किया और इसे हमें क्यों दिखाया जा रहा है इस way में.
See, you understand why he's doing it, because a lot of trauma as a kid that he had, and of course he did not express it or actually sat down to contemplate, and this is the reaction. But on the viewer's perspective, हमारा ना, we have all become very rebellious. Most of us, जो आप societal norms की starting में बात कर रहे थे, we were told ki, this is good, this is bad. What about the gray area, right? Most parents believe ki modeling is bad, as we discussed, because I'm just taking from our conversation only. But there is a middle ground, right? There is a middle ground where people can have a respectful life at modeling career. So it's the same. We have become so rebellious in our brains because we have been conditioned. We have been conditioned so hard that we think every wrong thing is cool, and every basic right thing that we were told, it can be right, wrong, but what we were told that this is right is boring. So when we are conditioned, we have become so rebellious कि हमें सब चीजें cool लगती हैं. Killing someone just because we can is cool. And then the personality adds to it, as you mentioned that he was the CEO of some company. He must have some sort of personality, And when such people, they do not also talk a lot. They're mysterious. They, sound very mysterious. And most men aspire to be that. I will stay mysterious because it means that I am not vulnerable. So that is why he's put as a Sigma male. And once anything becomes cool, I would say I have seen also a lot of movies where Hollywood le lo, Bollywood le lo, where there's a toxic male and he is the main actor, protagonist, and everybody is so cool. Oh wow. There's one thing, if you want to raise awareness about it, that this is not cool, but the movie also somehow shows the person to be cool. तो वो rebellious nature सिर्फ हम में नहीं है. जो movies बना रहे हैं वो भी they're also trying to show it. Oh, this is new, this is different, so definitely must be cool. Every new thing, and then it becomes a trend very suddenly.
साउथ की एक मूवी थी जिसने कबीर सिंह को इंस्पिरेशन दी थी, आपको पता होगा.
Yes, yes.
So उस मूवी में भी कुछ ऐसा ही दिखाया गया था, like this guy who is the most rebellious one, यही ऐसा क्यों होता है कि सबसे बड़ा आशिक होता है, and then he is on the streets, उसकी like जो भी लवर थी उसके पीछे, and like drinking and all चल रहा है, जो कि एक अच्छा behavior हम प्रमोट नहीं कर रहे, लेकिन this is what we are being shown on the movies. And मेरे को ये जानना, बिकॉज आप बहुत सारे करियर काउंसलिंग सेशंस लेते हो, लाइक यूजुअली आपको क्या ऐसे स्टूडेंट्स मिलते हैं जो इनसे इंस्पिरेशन लेते हैं, या फिर वो अपनी लाइफ में कहीं ना कहीं इसको इम्प्लाई करते हैं?
I will say that it is a matter of your environment. I think जितने restricted parents होते हैं ना, बच्चे उतने rebellious बनते हैं. I've seen that not just with the kids, I've seen it with my friends, I've seen it with my colleagues. When the parents tell you that you cannot do this, you cannot do that, तुम्हें यही करियर ऑप्शन करना है, ऐसे ही यहाँ ही जाना है, ट्यूशन इसी कॉलेज में पढ़ना है, the more the child becomes rebellious, the more they want to do cool things, the more they want to drink, the more they want to party, have drugs, go out, have fun. The more supportive parents you are, who tell you that ठीक है, whatever you want to choose it, but at least discuss, talk. बिल्कुल नहीं छोड़ सकते हो if the kid is too young. I'm saying after graduation maybe okay, but not too young. Or they're like कि हाँ, go to your friend's place, have party, just keep us informed what time will come, or some basic information. And if they're being supportive, you will also again start feeling better towards them कि नहीं ठीक है, if mama is telling me, mama is allowing me, or for all this she just wants me to keep her updated, I'll do that. They are okay with me going on a trip with my friends, but just wants an update, maybe twice a day, I'll do that. At least मुझे next trip पे तो जाने को मिलेगा. So it's a give and take relationship that you're forming here. So rebellious बच्चे, अब parents को लगता है हमारे बच्चे गलत करेंगे क्योंकि उसके आसपास गलत है, so they restrict. I had seen a friend जिसके पेरेंट्स उसे घर से बाहर 7 PM, you cannot, after 7 PM she was not allowed to walk अपने ही सोसाइटी में नीचे, leave going out, leave going someplace else, not allowed to. And father was a reputed man in the Indian Coast Guard. I'm not saying somebody who's not studied, who's illiterate or something. somebody who's done his education from a better place, that person does not allow his daughter to even walk in the society premises after 7 p.m. Okay, whatever he did. Now, my friend, she went to Paris for 6 months for a exchange program, and she never came back. She's in Germany now for 3 years. She's doing a PhD. She's earning a hell lot of money. She made her life. This is good rebellious. She is achieving the right sort of dreams that she wanted. I'm just saying that because she was restricted so much, she knew not to come back home. That there is a failure. Father used to force her कि मैंने Indian Coast Guard में, you also do army. That is the way she wasted 2 years of her life, and she's like, Bhavna, I cannot do this. I'm like, then don't. Like you mentioned, some parents do tell, they force. But once they see that their daughter or son is capable of actually achieving something on their own, when you take off the pressure, you take off the force, they will have to come back to respect you. That's all.
I think that really gave a lot of insights, because there are so many of the people who are watching this, my friends, my family, they face this every day, and they are very irritated because of this, because of the family pressure, because of the peer pressure because they tell them that, stop all this shit and just become so cool. The parents who tell them that leave these friends, they're not for you, they're going to put you into something bad. And that person who is utterly confused, I don't want to go either way, I just want to be myself, whether it's in my room only, I just want to stay over there. So ये जो है ना, ये मेरे हिसाब से ऑडियंस को बहुत इंसाइट्स देने वाला है आज का पॉडकास्ट.
Definitely.
Because
looking forward.
Because these are the topics जो अभी तक हमने किसी भी पॉडकास्ट में डिस्कस नहीं किए थे. The first one was like basic चीज़ों के बारे में about psychology. Second one, we went to movies, what we watch. And today maybe on the deeper side, जो maybe बहुत सारी लड़कियाँ लड़के रोज अपने घर में फेस करते हैं, बाहर फेस करते हैं. And like for my second last, because there is also one last question.
Yeah.
So second last question, that like पहले एक ट्रेंड हुआ करता था for those who want to study outside, बाहर जो पढ़ना चाहते हैं, तो like usually पंजाबी families में उनमें वो बोलते हैं कनाडा जाओ, like जाओ कनाडा जाओ, वही जिंदगी है.
A lot of Malayali and Punjabi friends in Canada.
Like yeah, so वो जो है वो कहते हैं that okay कनाडा के अलावा भी कंट्रीज है, पर वो कहते हैं नहीं हमारे रिश्तेदार वहाँ पे वहीं जाओ तुम. एंड बाकी इन जनरल जो हम फैमिलीज देखते हैं उनके कल्चर्स में दे वांट कि वो यहीं रहें, उनके साथ ही रहें. सो व्हाई दीज इन सर्टेन कल्चर्स वी हैव कि बच्चों को बाहर भेजना है. कुछ में हम बोलते हैं नहीं बच्चे हमारे साथ ही रहे, हम उन्हें बाहर नहीं भेज सकते, हमारे को बिल्कुल ऐसे एक साथ रहना. दे डोंट इवन गो टू अ फार कॉलेज, वो वहाँ से हटा के उनको कहीं पास वाले प्राइवेट में करवा देंगे. इट इज़ विद माई फ्रेंड, like she is from a well off family, she wanted to study in government college but उसको नहीं करने दिया. उन्होंने बोला no this is near, ड्राइवर आएगा इतने बजे छोड़ेगा इतने बजे लेके वापस आएगा, आप इधर उधर कहीं नहीं जा सकते हो. नाउ शी वॉन्ट्स टू मेक अ रीयूनियन प्लान बिकॉज वो मेरी स्कूल की फ्रेंड है. सो नाउ शी इज स्नीकिंग आउट लाइक कॉलेज से ही, कॉलेज आवर्स में ही, ताकि किसी को पता ना चले. सो जैसे आपने रिबेलियस वाला पॉइंट बोला था वो यहाँ पे क्लियरली दिख रहा है. फॉर अ गुड रीजन ऑब्वियसली शी वांट्स टू मीट अ फ्रेंड्स, बट यहाँ पे क्योंकि हमारा बच्चा बाहर ना जाए इसके लिए पेरेंट्स ने कहीं ना कहीं रिस्ट्रिक्ट कर दिया कि गवर्नमेंट तो नहीं जाएगी, वो नॉर्थ कैंपस वो तो बहुत दूर पड़ जाएगा हमारे घर से, वहाँ हम नहीं भेज सकते, ऐसे बगल के प्राइवेट वाले में भेजेंगे. एंड सम पीपल आर ऑल्सो स्केर्ड कि मेरे बच्चे बिल्कुल ही बाहर ना चले जाएं, ऐसी फॉरेन कंट्रीज में जाएंगे दे माइट लर्न बिहेवियर्स जो हमारे यहाँ कल्चर से मैच नहीं करते. सो इसके बारे में लाइक आपका क्या?
Again, I think it comes back to the same thing कि awareness ही नहीं है. उन्हें नहीं पता है कि बाहर का कल्चर क्या है. उन्हें लगता है just drinking, smoking, it's all that party stuff. They do not know कि आपके बच्चे अगर बाहर जाएंगे और 15 दिन रह लिए तो they'll become so independent. They'll have to wash their own clothes. They'll have to cook their own food. They'll learn discipline in their life. They will have to take care of themselves. I have seen a lot of my friends जिन्होंने कभी घर नहीं छोड़ा, and I think they have no exposure of life. They may be the most intelligent people on human earth, but they have no exposure to life. They do not know things. And while people who actually travel here and there, who went for schools or colleges, they have seen a lot of cultures, they have better understanding of life. So जब पेरेंट्स को पता ही नहीं मेरा बच्चा बाहर जाके इतना समझदार और अच्छा बन जाएगा, if the person chooses to, वो तो यहाँ पर भी सेम ही चीज करेगा ना, या करेगी. Because the person and the nature will remain same. It might be an influence of peer sometimes, but see, if I don't want to drink, all of my friends are drinking, maybe I'll taste once or twice, but if I have a strong will, I will not. I have a friend, she doesn't drink. No matter what happens, she will sit with a coke. She is like, I am okay with this, I can have fun with you all without drinking. So अगर वो चाहे उसे, she is from India, she is in Dubai now, she still has opportunities to party and drink, but she still does not. तो पेरेंट्स को ये समझना that no matter where the kids are, their personality, they are from within, will remain the same. So again, our parents in general need a lot of counseling. They need to understand, but somebody has to tell them in a very polite, pyar wala way. Not most of us, I would also agree that if something is wrong, parents do not listen to us, we shout. Because we are at the verge of कि हम frustrate हो रहे हैं. It is also their first time being a parent. It is also their first time living this life. They must, हमने change नहीं देखा उतना. They must have seen a very drastic change from a simple world to a very complicated world.
Yeah.
So adjusting to that world must be very difficult for them. And we are only put into our shoes. Most of us would not give and try to understand उनका perspective क्या. Again, it all boils down to the both parties. Any sort of relationship, but here we are talking parents and us, we'll have to be compromising and have better understanding. जो बात करने से आएगी कि मम्मा पापा मुझे ये चाहिए, आपकी एक्सपेक्टेशन ये है, आप क्यों बोल रहे हो मैं समझ रही हूँ, but this is not how it works in the world right now. If you send me to a private college nearby, I do not want to do that because I can do something on my own. I want to do something on my own, not just live like a princess. Nobody wants to live like that in the Barbie world, living like a princess anymore. Equal rights की बात कर रहे हैं हम, feminism की बात कर रहे हैं. It all starts at home.
So last question, that आप like अपनी जर्नी देखते हो, like from COVID to where you are sitting right now, like such an established individual. So जब आप लोगों को देखते हो, उनसे उनकी stories देखते हो, तो कहीं ना कहीं क्या आपको भी अपनी जर्नी याद आती that okay, I was there, फिर यहाँ से मैं यहाँ पे पहुंची, this is how I changed emotionally, I grew up like physically इस तरीके से. So like these were the things and मुझे आगे ये achieve करना है, मुझे यहाँ तक पहुंचना है, तो वो आप बताओगे थोड़ा?
Definitely. So the basic story is मैंने NGO तो start कर दिया. I told you it was not registered because I wanted to get into Indian Air Force and could not register. And Prachi, the other co-founder, she is already in army. So both of us could not get the NGO registered. और I was doing my master's final semester. I had to work on a whole project. That to astrophysics. Trust me, it's not easy. And then she was also working. She has financial conditions, problems, issues at her home. So she had to work 2 jobs, and she was the sole bread of her house. So we were also, different personalities. But then I was a person who gave a lot to the NGO. And then my father passed away almost 1.5 years ago. And I think after that, I was very close to my father. वो भी COVID time से, उससे पहले we were on conflict. हम बहुत ही ज़्यादा opinionated थे. So even though we talked, we were not disrespectful, but every other conversation became a normal disagreement. But in COVID, we became best friends. Like he legit told me that you're my best friend. So that's an achievement for me. But when he passed away, I think I was I lost my purpose. For the next 6 months, I did absolutely nothing. I left my job. I had a full-time job. I left it. Just on my whims. I just left it कि मुझे नहीं करना है. And I was, just maybe doing some freelancing here and there, but not committing to any sort of work. And NGO was something I wanted to do pura 100%, but still nothing. Sort of lost the purpose. Then I took therapy, although not a lot of sessions, but I realized that I can get through this. I will have to get through this. A lot of volunteers helped me. They reached out if I'm doing good, but वो जब तक अंदर से नहीं आ रहा था ना कि भावना, this is what you plan to do, this is what you set out to do, this will help millions of other people in the longer run, and maybe also heal me at the same time. Because at a very early age, I think I become very mature. मुझे ऐसा लगता है. People have also told me that because I was caring, I was very understanding, and helping was my strong point. कि मुझे help करके at the end of the day, I feel satisfied. I feel if I'm able to help even one single person a day, yeah, in a week, I get one single message that your NGO, thank you for creating this platform. I'm taking therapy, or we came to your event. It was lovely. One single message makes up for a few hard days. So then I got the NGO registered, and this is a story that will always stay with me. Always, I think, no matter what, because starting from scratch, I think every career opportunity you have, you'll have to learn, but nobody tells you how to run and manage an NGO. There is no content on YouTube, there is no course that you could do. ठीक है, maybe if you do a proper MBA on NGO management, that might help, but I cannot do an MBA now. I don't want to do, well, I can, but I don't want to again spend 2 years of my life more studying and going into that. So learning from scratch, doing all of it on my own, it somewhere makes me proud that I have given back to the community in ways I wanted to. But I knew from the very start that my parents have always supported me, and they're so proud of me. They are my best cheerleaders, no matter what I did at any sort of life. कि कौन सा कोर्स करना है, क्या पढ़ना है, क्या करना है, it was my decision all the time. So yeah, this story will definitely always stay with me. And looking back, I have nothing, just I'm grateful, because when we started, a lot of volunteers were there, but ठीक है, formality के लिए काम हो रहा था, honestly speaking. But now I have a very strong team. Even the very few people, they work so hard, even though have a full-time job, they go into college and they come back, they give their weekends, they give their weekdays. So the core team we have for 5-6 people, all of them have responsibilities, but we work raat ko every 8 to 11. We sit on meetings and make a plan for future, better visions, expanding how can we do things better, more systematic, because we're also learning. So yeah, grateful for the team, grateful for the support of people who tell me acha NGO hai, wow, nice. And then I'm sort of proud of myself that I did it on myself. Thank you.
Nice, really nice. It was very inspiring, and I could really connect with you to that extent, क्योंकि हम भी खुद अभी कॉलेज में ही हैं, हमने भी स्टार्ट किया है, छोटे छोटे स्टेप्स ले रहे हैं.
So trust me, I am telling you, I respect every college student starting something during the college days, and they put their whole and soul into it. Every other college student who does that. So hats off to you.
Yeah, and it's not easy at all. जैसे आपने कहा, आपके तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा टफ रहा है, बट उतना तो नहीं बोल सकते. लेकिन हाँ, हमारी भी ऐसे नींदें उड़ी हुई है. लाइक हम लोग भी काम करते रहते हैं, एंड हमारे फ्रेंड्स वो हमें बोलते हैं दैट यार ये तो चिल करने का टाइम है. तो कहीं ना कहीं वो हमारे माइंड में भी आता है, यार हम भी क्यों ही लगे हुए हैं, जब ये मस्ती कर रहे हैं तो हम भी कर लेते हैं, हमें क्या है. हमारे पे पेरेंट्स भी ये कहते हैं दैट वाई पुट सो मच ऑफ योर टाइम एंड एनर्जी हियर, यू वर देयर टू स्टडी. 1 घंटा पढ़ो, सो जाओ यार, इतना क्यों इतना प्रेशर लेना. क्योंकि उनको भी देख के दिस ड्रास्टिक चेंज कि मेरा बच्चा स्कूल में बिल्कुल पर्पसलेस, वो क्या कर रहा है, वो इतना क्यों भाग रहा है, ऐसा क्या हो गया. तो मतलब उनको भी ये चीज़ वो भी उसके आदी नहीं है। और हम लोग कुछ प्लान, मतलब हमारा कोई वो नहीं है, सेंटर गोल नहीं है कि अभी यहाँ तक पहुंचना है, लेकिन आप लोगों से ऐसे, आप जैसे इंडिविजुअल से बात कर कहीं ना कहीं लगता है यार ये पहुंच सकते हैं तो हम भी पहुंच सकते हैं। हम भी मे बी अभी अपने ट्रायल वाले पोजीशन पे हैं, एक दिन हम भी आएंगे वहां पे।
यार अभी आप कॉलेज में हो, बट ट्रस्ट मी, you have already set your path, you have already done it, because even if nothing, you have made connections, you have made networking, it goes a long way. आपको हो सकता है कि you would want to change थोड़ा सा purpose, improvise it or something after college years, not तो बहुत ही अच्छी बात है, but maybe you have already set a path कि मुझे मेहनत करनी है, मुझे कुछ अचीव करना है. What you're saying is a lot of college students want to party and everybody does that. I have done it, but along the same time, having a purpose that serves you a long period of time is really, really needed. Not just helpful, it is needed. It is a necessary. क्योंकि आप क्या करोगे उसके बाद? At the end of the day, you will question yourself कि मैंने क्या किया? With the early time पे, if you're so sorted, I am envy of you.
लाइक नॉट दैट सॉर्टेड। लाइक मैंने एक चीज सुनी है, लाइक लोग कहते हैं ना कि यार ये पैसों के पीछे भागा, वापस देखता है तो कहता है यार सब खो दिया मैंने, मैं पैसों के पीछे भागा था। कोई पर्पस के पीछे भागा, उसने बेशक पैसा ना कमाया हो लेकिन उसने कुछ कमाया, और उसने इज्जत तो कमाई कमाई, साथ में अपनी नजर में भी उड़ गया वो कि यार मैंने कुछ किया है। ठीक है पैसों के लिए नहीं, बट ठीक है पर्पस के लिए किया। वही मेरी रिकॉग्निशन है।
Absolutely, wow, that's a very, very nice thing to say.
On that note, हम फिनिश करते हैं आज की पॉडकास्ट। इट वाज वेरी नाइस टू टॉक टू यू, लिटरली वेरी नाइस टू टॉक टू यू।
Same here, I absolutely loved it and would love to discuss your project as well. Would love to help you anyhow.
Yeah, great, great, great. We'll do that.
Sure.
So, thank you everyone.
Thank you.